way that you can make salsa actually good for you? Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm a Wild Fermentation Biblist, and I am here to show you the way. Come on. So we're just gonna do this, making a salsa via wild fermentation. Let's go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut everything up. Now, you know, I'm doing this like a garden salsa. That's how it is in my book. Bringing back bacteria, you know. It's like a pico de gallo or like a rough garden salsa. It does not matter how you chop it. It just matters that you get the water level to the salt ratio a little bit correct, but we don't want nothing over salty. So I'm a firm believer that, you know, I teach people salt to taste. You know, that's all you have to do is salt to taste. And you'll be amazed as to how easy this is. So again, I'm just roughly chopping this bell pepper here. Of course, I have already washed my vegetables. In my book, if you haven't got it yet, feel free to grab it on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com. But it's interesting because I put in there a way to wash your vegetables using just salt. And it's pretty cheap, you know. Scientific studies have actually proven it to be just as effective as like veg wash at the store. So to me, it's a win. So as I'm chopping everything up, I'm just gonna be adding it to my bowl. So get this in here and chop a few more things now. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter how you cut it. Some people like their salsa really fine. I like mine with a lot more texture. So I just make sure I cut all the vegetables kind of like the same as my bell pepper and my onion, just so it just kind of gives it the same consistency throughout the jar and throughout each bite. And if you don't start crying while you're cutting your onion, are you even human? But for real, this is strong. Okay, so I'm just doing like a chunky garden salsa, like I said. So I have everything mixed in here. Put this up on row. Hang on. Whew. Onion is strong. So once you get all your stuff into the bowl, chop it up. You're going to start adding in some salt. I know you want an exact measurement, but what happened to good old-fashioned salt to taste? You know what I'm talking about. Maybe you were in the kitchen with grandma. She was just in there tasting. You know what she was doing? She was salting to taste. That's what she was doing. So let's do it. We're gonna add some sprinkles in. If you really wanna get technical, start with a teaspoon, okay? And then go from there. And then you're just gonna start massaging the vegetables. Not hard, nothing crazy, just like a good mix. And just get it really incorporated. So I'm going to add some more. I'm going to mix again, incorporate again. Now there's not a lot of holes here in my salt shaker, so it looks like I'm adding a lot, but I'm not. All right, I'm going to taste it here in a minute. Like I said, please taste your stuff before you start putting it into your jar. If it's too salty, you can easily add more tomato to make it a little bit more watery. So, perfect. So, I'm just gonna start adding it to the jar. And it don't matter how many jars you have, it really just depends on what you have to bring to the table, right? So I try to load up as much as I can into my jars. And I have like a pool of water sitting here at the end, at the bottom of this bowl, which is normal. We want that. We're going to add it to our jars. First, I'm going to mash down just a little bit and add to. So mash. So really what you want to do is mash all the way around to where there's no vegetable rising up above that ring lid right here, that inside ring lid right there. where the actual lid's gonna fit. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. And if my vegetables go too far down, then I can just add some more, right? Just to make it level. So that way it's like a really nice packed jar of salsa is what you're gonna end up having. So it doesn't look like a lot, but it will be. It's all packed in there with those beautiful, vibrant colors. Not to mention you're gonna get all the nutrients from the fresh vegetables you have. So one of my favorite ways to do this is to really eat it like maybe on eggs, or even add it to like a salad. You know, there's really no way you could go wrong here. All right, so I'm now going, you can see I've pushed a lot of liquid to the top there. Just good, that's what I want. So if you are new to wild fermentation, please know that your goal is to get this water level above the vegetables. And you can see there is a lot already. All you gotta do is mash and it'll just rise up to the top really nice and beautiful. And then I will just go ahead and add in this last little bit of liquid I have in my bowl, just to give it that extra coverage. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can add a glass weight. You don't have to. I've used onion peels. I mean, use cabbage peels. You know, cabbage leaves. Like it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get the job done correctly. So that's pretty much it. I have my water level over the vegetables. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to rinse off my jars because they're all messy now with my hands. And be right back. Now where to put it. So please just make sure you keep your little jars of salsa during the fermentation process on a counter or in a dark cabinet closed that no one's going to be bothering. Keep it out of direct sunlight, and you need to ferment it for 3 to 5 days. Now if it's like freezing cold at this time when you're watching it, you could stretch that to 7 days. So there it is, a big beautiful jar of probiotics that's going to be ready for you. I highly recommend everybody do this. Please feel free to share this video, tag people, comment below, let me know if you try it. Also, don't forget that when it, this is done with red bell peppers, but it will look wet, kind of like the vegetables will have a change in structure just a bit. So I hope you enjoy and let me know what you think. Until next time.